Welcome to the Soul Script, the place where we speak our truth, we let our hearts heal, and we rewrite the stories that have been holding us back. I am your host, TakiTheHuman, and this is the Soul Script. Now, as you guys know, or if you don't know, I created the Soul Script on another complete channel, but I'm thinking it might be better and easier just to integrate it onto my main channel here. So yes, you're watching this on TakiTheHuman, or you might even be listening to this on one of the streaming platforms for podcasts, be it Apple Podcast or Spotify or even a Google Podcast, wherever so. But I will let you guys know when that is up and running. So basically, the reason for me integrating it onto my main channel is because I just feel like instead of trying to build something from the ground up, rather use the platform I already have to still spread my message. So this will be episode 1 of the Soul Script, also because I want to move this onto your podcast friendly type of platforms. So that is the plan, that is the idea. And in today's episode, I want to speak about healing. I want to speak about healing sorry, I'm looking at my notes, so if I look down, don't worry too much. But I basically just want to speak about how you don't have to be whole to heal, or you don't have to be whole to have a good life, or you don't have to be or you don't have to be whole to feel like you are worthy of great things in life. So like I said, I had written some things down, so I will be looking at my notes as I do speak. But I think I wanna start this off with this sentiment, with this message that you don't have to be whole to heal. Now, I just want you to just think about that, and I want you to kind of let that ruminate. This month of May, I think this has been a big lesson for me, that you can actually heal in different situations and different circumstances. You know, for example, a lot of the times, a lot of people say, I can only be in a relationship once I've done A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Or even with regards to healing, like I need to heal first before getting into a relationship. I need to fight these type of demons before getting into a relationship, or I need to fight some type of demons or heal in a certain way before I have kids, or whatever the case. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to heal, but you don't have to be complete as a human being to achieve something. Same way some people might be like, and actually what happens in a lot of the manosphere. By manosphere, I just mean a lot of the conversations and a lot of the content that is tailored towards men. The conversation is always, you need to, have a certain amount of money, have a certain type of lifestyle, a certain type of status before you can find yourself a partner. But that's false. And I even attribute that to healing too. You don't have to have everything done like in order, A, B, C, D, for you to be the person you want to be, or for you to step into your light the way you want to step into your light. You don't need to, you don't have to. You are enough as you are, and you can start where you are with your healing. And the healing stuff is just small things, saying no to something because it doesn't feel right to you. That is already an example of healing. Of healing your past traumas, or the way you used to see things before and view things before. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. Maybe you get invited out and you just don't want to go because you're just not feeling it, and you say, nah, I'm good, I don't want to go. And you're not feeling obligated anymore because it's your friends or it's a date or whatever the case is, but it's just that you just don't want to do it because you're not feeling it. And you don't even have to have an answer sometimes. You're allowed to say no because you just don't want to do it. Like, you're allowed to, right? But let me go into everything I wrote here, because I was kind of going off of the top of my dome. So I used to think I needed to have everything together before I could start showing up for myself. Emotionally, physically, spiritually. I thought healing meant waiting until I was ready. I thought stepping into myself meant waiting until I was ready. What I've come to realize is healing starts where you are, not where you wish you were. There are days where I do feel grounded and I do feel full, and there are days where I feel lost and I doubt myself and I'm very unsure of everything. I am a big overthinker, So best believe those days get pretty bad, pretty bad. But healing isn't about pretending that those days don't exist. It's about meeting yourself with compassion on those days. That's where the magic happens. That's where the healing actually happens. I realized that most of my powerful growth did not come from my high moments. It actually came from the days I still showed up when I didn't feel like it. So I've been doing incline bench press and I could not get past a specific rep. Like I was doing 65 kgs and I could, on the fourth set, I could only do 4 and I meant to do 6 to 8. So first week, I almost hurt myself very badly. Second week, I was able to do 5 and almost hurt myself again. But I remember the first week when I felt so bad. I was like, I felt weak. I felt really weak and it really frustrated me. And then I had a very bad gym session. Second week I did it, I felt a bit better, but it was still difficult and I almost hurt myself again. And then this week when I'm shooting this video, I finally was able to do it. And that was actually like, I was very scared to go to gym those days because I thought I was gonna fail again. And I didn't want to go to gym, but I still went. And that's a victory. That's a small win. I made a video before, also on my main channel, about being on a winning streak, and I've even forgotten about that myself. And basically a winning streak is just count up all the wins in your life in a day and watch like how your mood lifts and watch how your mood lifts and how you start feeling better about yourself and about life, because momentum is powerful. Either whether positive or negative, momentum is momentum and it's an unstoppable force, right? So when you wake up, that's a win because you have another chance of living life, you know? Do you have a car? That's a win. Are you in a house? That's a win. Are you able to eat food? That's a win. The robot goes green. That's a victory. There are so many wins that you can count up in your day. We just get lost in our days that we forget about that stuff and we get sidetracked by that and we only see the negative things. And then we only feel good when we get the very big wins, but you're actually winning every single day. We just don't realize it because we're not privy to it and we're not aware of it and we're not paying attention, or let me say, we're not looking out for those wins. So that's something we need to just try to do. Kind of just like gym, kind of like with anything you do, the more you do it, the better you become at it. So the more you look for the wins, the better you will get at finding the wins in your life. I need to start doing that myself too. I've not done it in a very long time, and now that I think about it, that's something I really do need to do quite a lot. So yeah, so it came from the days I still showed up when I felt like it came from the days I still showed up when I didn't feel like it. The quiet wins. The journaling when my mind was loud, the walk when I wanted to numb, the voice note to a friend when I felt ashamed to speak. Man, same with the journaling, I realized that I've not been journaling as enough as I should be. Found that just talking to people, talking to friends has helped. Even when you are like talking to friends about their own things and not necessarily your own issues, like it helps. And like just listening to people and being a soundboard for them and giving them advice when you can and just helping them out. Like it's helped me get things out of my mind that were clouding up my mind and clouding up my thoughts, right? So if you're listening to this thinking, I'm not there yet, I want to remind you that you are. You are here, you are listening, you are breathing, you're trying, and honestly, that's enough. So please take note of this. I want you guys to write this down somewhere where you'll see it this week. Write this down as like an affirmation or as a reminder to yourself. And the affirmation is, I give myself permission to heal even if I'm still hurting. And these are especially for the moments when that voice in your head keeps putting in doubt. I want you to return to that. Write that down. Please pause this video right now and write that down. Write down, I give myself permission to heal even if I'm still hurting. Write it down. And the video has now come to an end. I know this was very short, but I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things. And I'm also maybe thinking that maybe with these source group videos, that we keep them short, tight, consistent, and only if I have a guest on, then they can be longer. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the Soul Script. If this episode has touched you in any way, impacted you in any way, made you think differently, gave you a light bulb moment or whatever, please share with someone else who needs this reminder today. Please give me a follow, give me a like, share, comment. And I want you to comment what your biggest takeaway was from this video. And follow me on my socials. And until next time, please be kind to yourself. Your healing is happening even